This entire universe is governed by laws. The laws of cause and effect, the law of physics, the law of attraction. There are all these different types of laws. And these laws are important because not knowing these laws leads to ignorance. And ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is stupidity. Ignorance is poverty. Ignorance is tragedy. You gotta know, otherwise you're going to get hurt. These laws don't care if you know it or not. It will treat you the same. You don't have to like it. You just have to learn it. One of these important laws that I'm going to talk to you about today is the law of talent. I'm going to share with you an ancient story that was brought back to life by Jim Rohn. This story is dated back in the ancient times, a time where there was kings and queens and servants. One day, a king was going on one of his long distance travel. So he called his 3 servants and said to them, I've got these talents. You see, back in the day, talents were called gold because ancient knew that wealth only came after the continual display of their talents, never the other way around. Anyway, he says to his servants, I'm going to give you these bags of talents, and when I get back, I want to see what you've done with it. So he gives the first servant 3 bags of talent, and the second servant 2 bags of talent, and the third servant 1 bag of talent. And the king went on his journey. When the king arrived after his long adventure, he gathered the servants and asked them, what did you do with your talents? The first servant said that, Sire, you gave me 3 bags of talent, and I put them to work. It was hard at first, but I kept faith. I kept working at it day after day, and something amazing happened. My talent started to grow from 3 to 4 and now 5 bags of talent. I almost doubled my talents from 3 to 5. The king smiled and said, wow, that's amazing. And then he turned to the second servant and asked him, what did you do with the talents that I gave you? The servant said, well, sire, the same thing happened to me. You gave me 2 bags of talent and I put them to work, kept faith, showed up day after day, and my talents grew from 2 to 4. I doubled my talents, but then it didn't grow after that. Then I thought of you, my king. You gave me these talents and I was less fortunate than you. So I gave my 4th talent to those that were less fortunate than me. That's when the magic happened. The talent I gave away came back to find me and brought his friends. I tripled my talents because I kept faith, I showed up, and I helped another along the way. The king embraced this servant with his heart filled with joy and tear in his eyes. He thanked his servant as he discovered the law of wealth. It's about sharing it with others. He turned to the third servant and asked him, what did you do with your talents? And the third servant replied with a cocky smile on his face, well, sire, you gave me 1 talent. I didn't have much to play with, and I didn't want to lose my 1 talent or have it stolen. So I tied it up and I dug a hole in the ground and I buried it so nobody will steal it. I heard that you were coming today, so I brought it back up, and here you go, sire, safe and sound, 1 bag of talent. The king was enraged by this servant's ignorance and responded, take that talent away from that ungrateful servant and give it to the man that shares his talents with the world. You might be thinking, well, that's not fair. That man only had 1 bag of talent. That man already has 6 bags of talent. It ought to be a bit more even. But that's not how the law of talents work. Remember I said you don't have to like the laws. You just need to know how it works. Being ignorant is harmful, but this is a law that I do ask you to understand. Whatever talent that you do not use or share with, you forfeit. Whatever you do not use, you lose. The lack of use causes loss. The same law of talent works for your brain. If you do not use your mental abilities, you lose it. If you watch too much brain-numbing TV, take drugs, drink loads of alcohol, you lose your mental creativity. Ambition, unused, declines. Love, unused, diminishes. Faith, unused, decreases. Energy, unused, disappears. People often say that I'm saving my energy. That's crazy talk. You can't do that. Today, unused is lost forever. You can't make up for it. Talent unused is lost to another person that is willing to use it. If you don't lose it, you lose it. And often you will lose it to someone else. Make sure whatever you have, you use it. Whatever it may be. And along the way, give your talents to others that need it. It will always return to you to serve you in a way, in some way, shape or form. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please share it, please leave a comment. From all of us here at Change Your Game, we wish you all the very best in discovering and using your talents and serving your talents along the way. And as always, I'll see you in my next video.